What's up? It's Blake. I've got the new Apple iPad 2 here, announced last week and released in the US tonight, Friday, March 11th, 2011. This will be a first look video about the new model where I'll discuss hardware, design, and software or apps for the new one. I also have last year's model, and toward the end of the video I'll probably be doing some side-by-side comparisons and dealing with some of the apps. So if anybody's interested in some unboxing pics, I did take some of those. I'm going to post them to my Flickr, and then I'll put a link in the notes for the video, so look for that. Speaking of boxes, here are the boxes. This is the box for the new one and the box for last year's model. Very much the same, except for the new one is just a little bit shorter. Inside the box they come with the exact same 10-watt charger from what I can tell, and sync charge cable, and that's it. Once you get it out of the box and into your hands, you can tell that it's a little bit thinner, a little bit lighter, and it does feel really sleek. I think you can tell even compared to last year's model, it is a bit of a evolutionary design. On the front there is a front-facing camera plus a home button. On the right hand side there's a volume rocker plus the switch, which now controls either screen orientation or volume mute. On the top, the power button plus a microphone plus a headphone jack. On the bottom, the 30-pin dock connector, plus also on the bottom there's a speaker right there. And on the very back there is another camera. This model is the Wi-Fi only model, but if some of the 3G models would have a SIM card tray on some location, I'm assuming one of the sides, but I don't know for sure. So that's what it looks like. I also, as you can see here, I did get one of the smart covers. I got the gray one, not the leather one. It is very slick to use. It does kind of just attach right to it, and it closes. You can see it will turn off or turn the screen off when it's closed, so that's pretty cool. I have to admit, I'm a little more impressed with this than I thought I was going to be, even though, I mean, the videos are pretty neat. I'm disappointed that it only seems to cover, or only seems to protect, the screen. Compared to last year's model, the back is protected, and I know a lot of people are going to be tempted to just set this down on a hard surface, where I think it leaves it open to the possibility of scratching pretty much anywhere on the back here, so I'm going to be at least a little bit worried about that myself, but maybe that's just me. I think the smart cover is pretty cool, but maybe if you're going to be taking it a lot of places, or you don't want to have to worry about setting it down, try and get some sort of an actual case for it. As you're using it, especially if you had the opportunity to have them side by side, the old model and the new model, I think you'll notice that the screen is nicer on the new one. I think it does seem to be a little bit brighter, although you probably can't really tell here in this video. Brighter, and it also seems to look better from angles when you're looking at it, either from the side or from the top. So I think that's a plus, that it has a nicer screen. The home button, it seems to be a little bit clickier on the old model if I just press it a bunch of times compared to the new one. So not that that's a big deal, but also the speaker does seem to be a little bit louder on the old model. I played a video, a movie actually, on both of these at the same time, and it was the same movie, and I could hear this one much better than I could hear this one, even when they had the volume all the way up. I mean, it's still loud, it's just that the older model was noticeably louder. A couple of the apps that I wanted to show you guys on the new one. First of all, let's see. It does come with Photo Booth, which if you've used Photo Booth on a Mac before, it's very much the same. Cameras right here, and you can do a whole bunch of wacky stuff. So that's Photo Booth. Oops. FaceTime, if you know someone who's got FaceTime on their computer or their iPhone or any of their other iOS devices that now have FaceTime, you should be able to do FaceTime with them. I'm not going to do one here for this video, but just know that it is there. I've read a little bit that the cameras on this are not that great. When I have used them just this little bit, they don't look that bad, but I think the objective is to have someone see your face, and not, if you're going to be taking serious pictures, you're probably going to have a dedicated camera for that. So that was Photo Booth and FaceTime, and now this is the camera app where you can just take pictures of stuff if you're interested in that. You can flip it around just like you can on the iPhone or the iPod Touch. The featured food for this video is going to be Cadbury mini eggs. I'm not sure if you guys have had these before, but they are just incredible. Pretty much what any chocolate candy should strive to be. A little tip, go for the 18-ounce bag. Don't even touch those 10-ounce bags, because you're going to eat the whole thing, and you probably should get 2, maybe more if you've got a family. These things are just great. I think they're probably sold everywhere in the US, but only around Easter they put them out, and they're just, I can't say enough good things about them. Go pick some up. For the rest of the video, I'm going to do some, show you some other apps and do some performance testing. Again, nothing real scientific, but what I've done right now is I've turned them both all the way off. The new one does have the very latest backup that I did from my older model, which I did tonight. So they have the exact same programs on them and the same settings and everything. So what we're going to do is going to turn them both on right now and see how long they take to boot up. The new model does have Apple's A5 processor. The older model has the A4 processor. The new one is supposed to have up to 9 times faster graphics. I don't have any real graphics intensive games, and I'm not sure how well I'd be able to demonstrate that if I did, so probably won't see much of that, but I am going to do a bunch of kind of load time comparisons. The new one is up and ready to go. And the old one is up. Now I'm going to show you some load times for some common apps. What I've done is I've made sure that there are no apps running right now on either one. And the first one we're going to do is Safari. I did on both of them, I was sure to delete the history, the cookies, and the cache. So I've made a couple of bookmarks. The first page we're going to go to is the Apple Start page. By the way, they're both using Wi-Fi right now. That one's done, and that one just a little bit behind. And let's also do New York Times. Just a little bit faster on the new one. So, let's see. Other common apps. I've got dictionary here, ready for you to look up a word. Let's do some games. Angry Birds Seasons. A little bit faster on the new one. Cut the Rope. Oops. So, a little bit faster on the new one. Fruit Ninja. Probably seeing a pattern here. Plants vs. Zombies. Done loading. Done loading. Whirl of goo. Done. Done. So those were some common apps. The old one, it's by no means slow. I never was using my old iPad and I thought, wow, I wish this thing was a little bit faster. The only time that I thought that it was choking up a little bit was when I was playing Plants vs. Zombies. There's an endless level where there's tons and tons of stuff going on, a lot of graphics on the screen, and it did seem to kind of bog down a little bit. But other than that, I never. It's a very snappy device, but as you can see, the new one just a little bit quicker, just as Apple would have you believe. So that's all I'm going to cover in this video. There's so much to be said about the new iPad 2, but it was again just supposed to be a first look. If you guys have any questions or comments, go ahead and leave them, and I'll do my best to get them answered. And otherwise, feel free to rate and subscribe, and thanks a lot for watching.